Hey guys, welcome back to Vince-VellCustoms. So today I'm sharing with you number 2 and number 3 of Savage Land Rogue garage kits that I painted up. Now these are done for a client and his brother, and he wanted to keep it more comic accurate with the colors. And I just kind of changed up some things here and there with the bases so they're a little bit different from each other. So I guess this is different from the previous one, which I did number 1, and that person sent me a color scheme of what they wanted done, and this one they wanted it done a different way. So that's a cool thing about this kit. You could kind of change things up here and there if you want. You can add some stuff, of course. You can take things out, and you have a lot of fun with this kit. But the bases are pretty much different on each one, and the flowers are different. So I kind of go over all that. But really great kit. A lot of detail on here, really to bring up a lot of stuff, and just awesome. So kind of break it down. I also did do a kit review on this, so if you check my channel, you can check out the raw kit form. And I also did a little tip and tricks of how I put it together. So she is a 3-prong peg into the base. There's a big peg under this foot. You know, all that. The hand and spear come out as well. And the flower comes out as well too because it's magnetized. So the flower is a little bit magnet in the back. It's made for easier shipping, plus it's also easier to paint it that way. And just really great kit, great sculpt. It's like I said before, it's a really great sculpt because it's about time there's at least a female out there that's got a lot of muscle definition, because you got a nice 6-pack going, you got some nice definition in the legs, you got some nice definition in the arms. So it's a little bit of change of a pace from a lot of other kits and also pre-paint statues out there. So it's a lot of fun. Also, we'll get in a little bit closer on the back of her. Always got to give you guys the booty shot as well. Yeah, just a really great kit. There's not really much that I would change about it. The only thing that I would really want to have changed is just the eyes. They're a little too wide. But like I said with these, I fudged the eyeliner and the eyelashes a little bit just to kind of close the eyes a little bit. Otherwise it would just be very, very wide. But that's the only thing I really would pretty much change about the kit. That's the only gripe I would really have. So you can kind of see what I did is I just closed them up a little bit. And that's a good thing about when you paint a statue. Sometimes you could use paint to kind of fudge stuff and just make it work. But really great kit. Lots of detail on the base. I will be posting a video on how I paint the base up. So you guys might want to check that out too. It's going to be fairly detailed as much as possible. I'm trying my best to make better videos, but like I said, I just kind of really focus on the statues more than editing and videos for YouTube. It's just kind of, I just want to share stuff with people, especially new people to the hobby, and other people who are just kind of, you know, getting into the hobby and want to see other things. But yeah, great kit. Lots of detail on the hair, lots of detail on the body. I painted her up in Garage Kits Colors Flesh Tones. I gave her a nice good gloss coat, and I dulled it down a little bit, but I left it a little shiny because I like the idea that she's kind of a little bit sweaty. Now when they sent me these kits, and they didn't want it to be dirty. Like I thought maybe, you know, somebody would actually want a dirty rogue because she is in the jungle, but so far everybody wants like a clean rogue, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I did do a little bit detailing on the greens just to make the green areas just a little bit worn, and especially the shirt. You see I tried to bring out a little bit details in the shirts. I did some dry brushing around the edges. What I did is I did some like fairly heavy shading around the edges, and then I did dry brushing just to bring it out. So you got some shadow, but you got some like worn look, like, you know, some worn look around there and worn around up in there. And I just kind of ran with it. Same thing with the greens. It might not be showing in camera, but the greens do have some fairly different greens here and there. Probably the booty shot where you get about maybe a little bit of a better look. You could kind of see I did some little bit shades of different greens and stuff in there. But just a really, really great kit. I mean, if you're a Rogue fan and you want a Savage Land Rogue, this is like a grail. So on the bases, as you can see with my last video, and then you'll see this when I post the video, I put little like bug pods in there, and I kind of just like wanted the back of the base to have a little something that's kind of hidden. I mean, unless you have her posted like this or you have her spinning on your display case, you're really not going to be seeing that much. But lots of detail in here, a lot of dry brushing, a lot of washing, and just a lot of just like bringing up different colors. No blacks, didn't use any type of blacks, it's just all brown, some blues, maybe a little bit of purples, transparent paints of gray from garage kits, and just kind of ran with it. So it's a lot of cool detail. Now, as of course the flower, each flower is a little bit different. So this flower here is a little bit more take on a flat flower, kind of like a kickback to Magneto colors. You know, I got some purples and magentas in there, but I mean, I still got to make it look like a flower, so I added the whites and a little bit of orange in the center to kind of make it look like a poisonous flower. I'll try to pop off this flower over here. This one, a little bit different. So this one I give it like a brighter magenta with blue in the center and a little bit of stuff underneath of it, just to make that a little bit different. It's just fun to kind of change things up a little bit, make different flowers. But really great base. A little bit confusing though, I'm not going to lie, you'll see it in my paint video. When you start painting it up, you kind of got to feel like, wait, is this rock, is that dirt, is this wood? So you got to kind of fudge it up and have a little fun with it and just see what you could come up with. But you can pretty much see that each base is a little bit different. Like this one has a little bit more bug pods there, but this one has a little bit less. They are there though. Not many. There's a couple hitting around in the back. It's just something different, you know. And when I say bug pods, those little orange things, I figured like if you're in Savage Land, there's probably like weird stuff all over the place. It's not going to be just like, you know, a typical forest or woods around here or anywhere else. It's going to be like a crazy jungle with some prehistoric stuff, and you never know what the hell's lurking around there. So I kind of just did some different things here and there and just ran with it. So, you know, this base maybe has a little bit more greenish in there. This one's a little bit darker and just pretty cool. So the main thing different about this from the previous one I did is the boots are green because more comic accurate. The gloves are green, and the X is a little bit different. It's a black X with red in the inside, where the other one I did a red X with the black in the inside. So, but that's the cool thing about the kit. You can do really what you want, and you can have fun with it. Just a lot of detail. Let's see, you can see a little bit more on this one. So you can see what I did with the spear. Try to bring out the wood a little bit. And then we got the teeth on there, and then their pouch. Might not be showing up in the camera too well, but at least it's hard to see it in my little window. But tried to make it like a nice little leather pouch. Glued it in at the end with the teeth. That's, you know, as far as the fragileness, I would say the hair pieces are the most fragile, and the teeth that are hanging off in the front are probably the most fragile parts on the whole statue. Because the way I broke it down is the spear comes in and out. So if you haven't seen those videos, I'll just show you what I did. Pretty much you can just pull this forward, and I put a little peg there. There's a magnet in there, and then also this spear. Make sure I got it in the camera. Actually splits apart, so you can kind of see it splits apart like that, and that's magnetized as well. So it's real simple. You just take this, you put it into the little tiny hole set at the bottom of the base, and you just find the key. It's there. I'll get it. Hold on. You know what it is this is kind of hanging off the top, and there we go. I knew I'd get it. So, and then the only thing about this is you just got to be careful. We got to line it up correctly, because if you don't know which way it goes in, it may not fit correctly. So that's the way it goes in. If you the way it's set up though, if you kind of turn it the wrong way, it doesn't look like it's setting flush. But that's kind of what I came up with for the spears. So there is number 2 and 3 of Savage Land Rogue. I got one more coming to me. I might have 2 more, but that'll be a few months down the line. Maybe I'll change up some things with the base a little bit. I don't know if those people that send it to me might want, you know, more of a dirty Rogue. We'll see. You know, but pretty cool. A really cool kit. Lots of detail. A lot of fun painting up. It's definitely a nice challenge too. It's not very, I would say, kid friendly in putting it together. This is something where you actually have to paint it and put it together at the same time type thing. At least that's the way I did it. So basically I did the whole figure. I painted her all up. I did all the details. And then all these little hair pieces around here, some of these other hair pieces and these, I actually glued them on and I attached them with Aves after all this was painted up, and then I hit it with more paint and I touched it up. And then at the very end I added the green sash in there to her headband. It was just the only way you could do it because this arm is attached, so it's not like this arm is something that's like, you know, it's not like a removable head, so you just gotta kind of work with it and do that. But that is Savage Land Rogue. Hopefully you guys like the way they came out. I had a lot of fun working on them. Really great kits, 1/4 scale, big, lots of detail, and just really cool kits. So thanks for watching, and we'll be back with some more videos.